I started my window cleaning business part-time, no big budget, no crew, just a few pieces of equipment, a few loyal customers, and a serious work ethic. I'm going to show you guys how I went from making just $70 a day to pulling in $1,000 thanks to specifically one tool that I added to my system, which changed everything for me. But I'm also going to walk you through the gear that I use, how I land clients without spending any money on ads, how I price jobs, and what my business looked like when I started, as well as the 2 Quad IQ features that saved me hours every single week over and over and over consistently. But first, before we get into it, there are 3 things you need before starting any business, because the difference between struggling and actually making money comes down to having the right tools from day one. First, you really need a way to manage everything in one place: quotes, invoices, customer follow-ups, without having to worry about juggling spreadsheets or even forgetting to send invoices. And for that, I recommend Quad IQ. It's designed to handle everything you need to stay organized, professional, so that you can focus on making money, not on paperwork. It's the best business management software for the home service industry, trust me. Second, you need leads, because without customers, you don't have a business. A lot of people get stuck because they don't know how to find clients, but the truth is that you don't have to figure it all out on your own. That's why I suggest using a lead generator, because it brings potential customers straight to you, so you're never looking around scrambling for work. And finally, you need insurance. It's one of those things that people don't think about until something goes horribly wrong, but by then it's too late. So listen to me, whether you're offering a service or selling products, having the right coverage protects you from financial risks. I've linked a resource for insurance quotes down in the comment section and description, along with the best home service business software and the lead generator. Once you have these 3 essentials in place, you're not just starting a hustle, you're setting up a real business that can actually grow and make you money. But let's get into how I got my first couple customers without spending a dime. When I started, I didn't have money for Facebook ads or yard signs, so I went 100% hustle mode, and it actually worked. Here's exactly what I did. I knocked on doors in clean clothes, showed a before and after photo on my phone, and offered to clean 1 exterior window for free. That got people's attention and often turned into full jobs. I posted daily in local Facebook groups, neighborhood groups, garage sale pages, and even community shoutout groups. I'd share a window cleaning photo and simply ask, anybody need their windows looking like this? I texted family, friends, neighbors, asking if they knew anyone who needed a cleaner for the spring. Word of mouth built me up very fast. I asked happy customers to refer me and even offered a free exterior touch-up for every referral that they booked. I even left handwritten thank you notes on every job. People remembered that. That's the main thing about staying in business and actually acquiring customers very early on, is doing stuff that is memorable and lets customers know that you are someone that is setting apart and you're different from others. It cost me nothing, just time and consistency. Within a few weeks, I had regular work and it kept growing from there. But let's get into what equipment actually took me from that $70 a day to $1,000 a day. At first, I was using a basic squeegee, a ladder, a bucket, and it worked, but it was slow and exhausting. The real breakthrough came when I invested in the water-fed pole with a DI filtration tank. The one tool that truly changed everything. I could now clean 2nd and 3rd story windows from the ground faster, safer, and trust me, way more professional looking. Your customers will remember stuff like this. Here's what my gear setup looks like now. Water-fed pole plus DI tank for exterior windows, squeegee and a scrubber for interior and detail work, extension ladder rarely used but necessary for tough spots, microfiber towels, eco-friendly soap, and buckets. I want to also have stuff like tool belt, shoe covers, a portable water tank for homes without water or hose access, my truck, or even a work van just to carry everything. The water-fed system paid for itself in just a few jobs, and it lets me work significantly more efficiently every single day. Let's get into pricing. How do I price my window cleaning jobs? Pricing can make or break your business. Too low and you burn out. Too high and you lose easy jobs. Here's how I keep it balanced. Start with a base rate. I charge $8 to $12 per window for residential work, depending on size and as well as how dirty they are. You want to factor in difficulty. 2nd story windows, hard water stains, or even storm windows get bumped up. You want to bundle your pricing. I offer package deals, exterior only, full house, or even add-on services like gutter or screen cleaning. The minimum job charge that I do, I don't roll out for less than $100. It protects your time and saves you. Also, using stuff like Quad IQ, it helps you send quick professional quotes and even track which price points are going to convert the best for you. You're going to want to start slightly lower to win over early customers and then raise your rates as you build reputation and reviews. The better people know that you are, or the more work that these customers are seeing you do, the more than likely they're going to want your work. Now it can create way more demand, and these customers are going to want to have you come out and do this work for them because they know they can trust you and their money is well spent with you. But a lot of you have trouble because starting out, you don't know if it's going to work in your area. This is how I found out that my business worked in my area. Before I fully committed to window cleaning, I wanted to make sure that there was actual demand. I didn't just assume people needed it, I had to test it. First, I went out and I made a few quick flyers using free templates online, and I even printed them at home. I dropped them in mailboxes around a few mid to high income neighborhoods. That way you know that these people can actually afford your service and have a little extra income to have you come out there. And this even included a simple offer: professional window cleaning, free estimate. Text me, and it had a photo of a sparkling window with my number on it. Just to already show the customer that this is something that I promise, this is something that I bring. I'm different from the other window cleaning services. This is what I have to offer. I also posted in a few local Facebook groups, neighborhood pages, city classifieds, and community chats. I like to keep it casual. Hey, I'm offering window cleaning in the area. Just did one down the street. Let me know if your windows need some love. Something cool, something nice, and the response really surprised me. People messaged, tagged neighbors, and even asked for quotes. I knew right then the demand was real, and I didn't need a massive budget to actually reach people. I had already found a way to do it. And I also paid attention to the houses themselves. Were the windows actually dirty? Did they have 2 stories? Were people taking care of their yards and their homes? That honestly told me that they were more than likely to care about curb appeal and be willing to pay for help, especially if they knew that I was someone that could provide quality work and probably do it quickly. So between the visual cues, the online engagement, and the flyer test, I had more than enough proof to get started with confidence. But what did my business plan look like going into something starting like window cleaning? I didn't overcomplicate it. My business plan was simple and actionable. Startup budget was less than $1,500. Water-fed system, towels, chemicals, and marketing material. Target market, residential homes in mid to high income areas. Like I said before, people need to be able to afford it to actually give you some work. What services offered? Window cleaning, pressure washing, gutter cleaning. Open your things up, that way you're not getting slow during a slow season. What is the goal? $300 a day within the first month, scale to $1,000 a day with referrals and repeat clients. What does my marketing look like? All organic at first, door knocking, Facebook groups, referrals, knowing that I can get out in front of people and not have to spend too much money. And the funny thing is, you don't need a 30-page spreadsheet. You just need to know your numbers, your market, and your goals. Get into the part that most people overlook: insurance. Before I really scaled, I made sure that I had general liability insurance. If I ever damaged a customer's window or somebody tripped on my hose, it's covered. That gave me peace of mind and actually helped me win bigger jobs. If you hire help later, look into getting some workers' comp. Some commercial jobs also require bonding, so check your local requirements. But if you went in and a customer knew that you were insured, this gives them 100% clarity that it's going to be okay if something happens. You are covered and they are good. But over time, demand started getting really crazy and I started getting way too much work. So what's the response there, or how do I fix that? I saved so many hours a week with QuoteIQ's virtual call team. Trust me, I started getting way busier. I couldn't answer every call, and missed calls equals missed money. So that's whenever I brought in QuoteIQ's virtual call team. They answer every call for me professionally, and they literally transcribe key information like names, addresses, and even what the customer needs. Now that I can stay focused on jobs without losing leads, it's a total time saver. And speaking of getting more work, the more work you get, the more reviews you can go for, and you can turn these into free marketing. After every job, I would ask for a review, Google or Facebook, doesn't matter. I would make it easy by texting them the link before I would leave the driveway. The more reviews I got, the more leads that would continue to come in. Once I hit 30 plus 5-star reviews, I started getting calls weekly from people who were just looking online and found me. That just proves that social proofing is everything. They look up on Google window cleaning and I'm there. Everyone else is cooked. But like I said, as everything is getting even crazier and even crazier, business is getting bigger, more clients, you need even more ways to help you boost your efficiency, and something like QuoteIQ's time tracker literally does it. So as you're getting busier, another killer tool inside of QuoteIQ is the time tracker. I use it to log how long I'm at each job, track hours for employees, and even figure out which jobs are the most profitable. It helps me to quote more accurately, plan better routes, and cut down on wasted time. Because the bigger the gaps in your business are, the bigger they're going to grow over time. And if you can honestly chip away, get everything filled in, and make sure that you don't have little bad spots in your business, 5 to 10 years down the line, you're not going to have to pay for it. So let's talk about the slow season. How are you going to stay profitable in the slow season? For me, whenever winter used to come, everything would slow down. But that was until I added different services. So here's what I would offer during the colder months or even the rainy weeks. Pressure washing, patios, siding, driveways, whatever you want. Gutter cleaning, interior window cleaning, or even kind of like light fixture cleaning, ceiling fan dusting, post-construction cleanup, holiday light installation, and trust me, that's big money quickly on that holiday light installation. It kept the cash flowing year-round and gave me way more ways to upsell regular customers. Heard me talk about a lot of different ways that my marketing allowed me to set myself apart from other window cleaning businesses. Another thing that did is my technique. Anybody can wipe down a window, but not everyone can leave it spotless. Here's how I do it. Start from the top and work in a smooth S pattern with the squeegee. Wipe the blade dry after every single pass. Use microfiber cloths to detail corners and frames. Always double check for missed spots or streaks. Those little touches, that's what gets you repeat customers and 5-star reviews. Like I said, anybody can do it. Anybody can wipe down a window, but can they do it correctly? Can they do it efficiently? Do they have a system to where they do it 5, 10, 1,000 times? They get so good at it that they're the only one that can offer that kind of quality. So if you're thinking about starting your own window cleaning business, this is your sign. Start lean, get the right gear, know your market, price smartly, and use tools like QuoteIQ to stay organized, save time, look professional, help you quote jobs, help you do jobs way faster, and even look professional. If you guys want help quoting jobs, setting up your gear, or landing your first 10 clients, drop a comment down below or subscribe. Let's get you making $1,000 a day too.